So here's our 1.4 video. Our finished product is this lipid. You've added 1, 2, 3 fatty acids to a glycerol base. So let's make sure that we label it. This is 1 glycerol. A glycerol's got 3 carbons. And then we have 3 fatty acids. This one's completely saturated, means there's no double bonds. Yours doesn't have to look exactly like mine, but I put a single double bond. This causes a kink in the chain, so I actually cut it and made it bent. That's a monounsaturated fatty acid. And then this fatty acid had 1 bond, 2, 3 double bonds on it. So I cut it repetitively and then kept bending it. So we've got a saturated fatty acid, a monounsaturated fatty acid, and a polyunsaturated fatty acid all hooked to a glycerol. And that resulted in a water molecule coming from here, and a water molecule coming from here, and a water molecule coming from here. So we made 3 waters. I also added a little bit more detail about our triglycerides. These are long-term energy molecules. And there's an awful lot of really high energy bonds there, right? You see all those carbon-carbon and carbon hydrogens. So the next one that you're gonna make is going to be with the other small pieces. These are phospholipids. I'm gonna kind of show you everything at once. Phospholipids are incredibly important for our cell membranes and organelle membranes. They wrap all of our cells and things like mitochondria and chloroplasts and all of the little organelles inside of a cell that do jobs. So what you're going to see in your kit is you're going to see some of these phosphate groups. Phosphate group looks just simply like a big old circle. It's got a P surrounded with oxygens and then some more what looks kind of like a glycerol, carbon, carbon, carbon. And then you're going to attach 2 fatty acids. This time it's going to be really important that you attach a saturated fatty acid and then a monounsaturated fatty acid. And you'll see these were really, really tiny. These were the small ones, not the big ones. The big ones were for our triglycerides and the little ones were for our phospholipids. So that's why they're so much smaller than the big guys up here. Anyway, you're going to attach 2, and where you will attach them, you're going to generate a water molecule. You can cut off an OH from this fatty acid, and you can cut off an OH from this fatty acid. But your phosphate groups already came with carbons that had their hydrogen removed, so they're ready for you just to bind on there. So you won't have all the pieces to cut away. You'll still be able to cut away a little bit on this side and a little bit on this side. So again, your finished lipid page looks like so. You've got your dietary triglycerides, and then you have your membrane phospholipids.